2021, 4 men got together to make a radio show that nobody asked for. This is the result.
Welcome to Broad Street Radio. I'm Michael Morris with my friend Kendra Carter. Kendra, you're back again. This is the third time. Are you excited this time? Because every time you do it, you go, that sucked. I wish I wouldn't have done that.
I've really worked on my polishing skills for my...
Polishing skills? This is not reform school.
Well, this is the third time, and I've listened to the first two podcasts, and I'm not as polished as some of your guests.
Is that why you wore your glasses this time?
Yes.
Okay.
It comes with the wanting to look more professional and intelligent.
So for those that are listening just to the podcast and they're not watching,
I'll take them off.
Yeah, okay. No. Put them back on because you did go to law school for 5 to 10 minutes. That is a true thing.
That is a true thing. I did.
Yeah. If you'll do me a favor, though, I can't believe I have to do this right there on the microphone. There we go. Hey, this is the best start we've ever had. Listen, I want to talk to you about this because we constantly exchange, let's just say, things that probably shouldn't be shared, right? Not in that way, purely sexual. What I mean by this is we're constantly looking at things that are being posted on social media and going, can you believe this? Can you believe this?
Yeah, we do.
All right. So let's talk about, this is an article from Business Insider. Facebook is reportedly changing its name because it wants to be known for its metaverse focus. I don't know if that means taking over the world in a Thanos-like way or what that means, but they're saying the change could take place by October 28th, that it could happen overnight and you wouldn't even know. Right? So with all the changes that are happening in social media, what is your opinion as a, let's just say, young lady that's looking at social media all the time?
I was caught up on Thanos taking over the world because I have a 5-year-old and, little Bradley and little Georgie. And can we do that? Can we make that happen?
We can't. But like Bezos can. People like that have money can do whatever. Right. They're going into space. They're going into space because they have nothing else to do. Right? But don't worry, Elizabeth Warren said we're going to get their money for taxes. It's fine. My bigger concern is when you look at the landscape of social media as a whole, we were kind of talking about the whistleblower. Oh, here we go.
I remember this morning I listened to 104.9. Is it The Fish?
It's called The River.
Yeah, The River. Oh, you are a little faith-based.
No. I just know all the radio stations in Columbus. But it's fine.
Anyway, okay. So this morning at our marketing meeting, they asked for a mentor moment. And I had one and I forgot it. It just came back to me.
Is this happening right now?
This is happening.
Go on. Okay.
So I can't even remember her name. I'm drawing a blank. But who's the woman on 104.9 The River?
I don't know everybody that's on the station no one listens to.
Whatever, but she said that in heaven she hopes there's no Facebook and no phones because she doesn't want to be losing her phone all the time and be checking Facebook all the time.
So instead of listening to this podcast, you're listening to a Christian radio station.
That's all I listen to. If 5 years ago I stopped listening to any secular music, and I only listen to my Christian radio.
We were going to go somewhere else, but I got to get on this. Secular music? What is wrong with you?
I only listen.
What is secular? Cardi B?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't listen to Cardi B. I don't not like Cardi B. I just can't handle the language. I'm foul. I
was going to say, mouth. You can't handle the language?
I have a foul mouth. But anyway, back to my point. You asked me, how do I feel about Facebook? And because I've had 4 coffees today, I'm really passionate about it. I wish it would go away.
Really?
And what they said on The Fish this morning is that not only does she hope that there's no phones in heaven because she doesn't want to be checking them, but if I could get rid of social media, I would. I've tried to delete my personal account many times. God bless my mom. She deleted it. And it does wonders for your anxiety, especially, 2 years ago, my boss at Lifetime, he got rid of his Facebook and Instagram. It is a fear-based, it increases anxiety. Yes. But
you're giving me anxiety right now.
I'm sorry. But I wish I could get rid of it. And I justify keeping my social media for business purposes. And, there's no real, there is a way to track marketing dollars and money and marketing strategies, but I've never had somebody buy a house from me and say, oh, I saw your post on Instagram and that's why I reached out to you. So I wish I could get rid of it, but it does kind of make you feel, I get a little pat on the back when I post and somebody hits the like button. I'm like, oh.
Oh, you mean because it's feeding the beast? It's feeding your ego, right?
Yes.
So you're constantly checking back, like, why didn't somebody like this?
Yes. And then there's a Greg Erlinger. He's a Keller Williams team leader. He said one of his best tips for social media was don't focus on the red dots, because that's notifications every time somebody likes or comments. So he said, if you're going to get into social media, stay away from the red dots, because you just have to post and walk away.
Right.
But I wish I could delete and walk away, but I don't.
Do you feel that, so the Facebook whistleblower before the secular talk, her point was that it was damaging young women and causing them to think about their self-image, and it was causing suicide rates to go up and depression. Do you agree with that? As a woman that might have killed herself before the show?
Oh, don't say that.
I'm
Edit
joking.
that out. Get rid of that.
But put that in. Highlight that.
It is terrible. It really is. It's unfortunate because the way society is now, I know several entrepreneurs that have their entire business on social media, on Instagram. Are you one of them?
Yeah, because I took my website down during the pandemic.
This is you.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming for the third time.
So there are a lot of folks that made their current careers out of this. And you have social media influencers that this is the way they make money.
Well, we were talking about OnlyFans before that, and Nate and I were just trying to figure out numbers. Again, that's another social media platform. I don't know why I'd pay $20 to see you in your skivs, but we did the math on just one person. If you got 10,000 people out of...
You would have done the math.
I want to know how much money I can make, because I'm going to start one after this if I can make at least $40. But... that's not funny, Nate. That's what I'm really going to do with my life. I went to college. What I'm saying is, do you think that social media is more damaging than magazines or movies? Because when you walk by, how many of these, let's conservatively say 330-pound women at Walmart are in line and buy Shape magazine because the cover of it, because if you eat nothing but soup for the next 4 years, you can lose 4 pounds. There's no difference. It's still, Facebook is just the newspaper. It is television. It is...
No, you're wrong.
Oh, well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's what my husband and my ex said.
Tell me.
That was
tell me why I'm wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong because social media is right there. It is right there. You have to go out and buy a magazine, pick which magazine you're going to buy. I've bought 2 magazines in the last 2 years. You want to know what they were?
Oh, I bet they had to do with working out.
No, the one was about Marilyn Manson and the charges against him for... Yeah, he's nasty. He's a bad dude.
You're telling me a guy that dresses as Satan is not a good person?
Shocker. Okay, touche. But I bought one on that, and I'm sure the other one was about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. My partner, he
partner? Please be specific.
No,
we don't judge by gender.
At Keller Williams, he has a young daughter, and I've learned more about Machine Gun Kelly from him. And my husband. My husband told me he was dating Megan Fox. My husband gets all the pop news culture. He's not on social media. So maybe I need to ask him where he's getting his information.
I bet he's on some other websites at home while you're working out or doing whatever. So it's secular indeed. Stop. But you think that social media is more harmful?
Yes, it's...
Go on. It is your show. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Kendra Carter Hour. Right.
I seriously,
we ask her to come on?
It is so, it's this bubble chai tea. I thought it was just milk. It's
not,
crack.
It's not your mental depravity that's having a problem.
No, I thought it was caffeine free.
Yeah.
I really did. I'd forget what we were talking about.
You're the best guest we've had today. What I will say is you're saying I'm wrong about social media being a depressive. Here's what I do find odd. If I'm watching a movie and I see, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some celebrity that's in great shape, and everybody, like The Rock, everybody looks at The Rock and goes, oh, that's peak performance right there. And everybody wants to be that. I don't think that, I could be wrong, but I don't think men look at that and say, I'm depressed because I don't look like that. Are you saying that women are depressed like that because they look at, so I don't understand what's on. I'm saying this, I'm not a female and you can look, but.
What are you identifying as though today?
From the waist down? Jackhammer. So first of all, let's keep Christ in Christmas. What I'm saying to you is that I don't see how social media is playing this part in destroying people's lives, because when I'm looking at it, I'm seeing people, what they're eating. I'm seeing them with their kids. I'm seeing their political views, which everybody seems to have one these days. What is damaging these younger girls? And again, I don't know because I don't see it, right?
I wouldn't even go down that route of what's damaging independently of young women and body image. Let's be honest. There's always going to be a young female body image influence that is negative and can be perceived as negative, whether it's television ads, magazine ads, or social media. That's always going to be there. That's never going to change. However, there's still video games for young boys. I mean, Georgie is 5 and he's started playing this game called Plants vs. Zombies. And
it's amazing.
Have you played it?
Of course, I beat it, but I'm 45 years old.
Okay, so then you can tell me, because my husband told me the other day that he was watching Georgie on YouTube and a zombie pulled a gun out of his pocket and shot himself in the head. Yeah. Is that a Plants vs. Zombie thing? Yeah. So, and that's separate from social media, but it's still because these freaking phones are right at our finger. And I'm bad. I am very bad. I mean, if you look at my phone, I probably spend 8 hours a day on social media. Now, I am a mother providing for my 10-month-old with my body, my bosoms. So I am on my phone for a certain amount of time when I'm breastfeeding my kid. But aside from that excuse, before I was breastfeeding my kid, I was still on the phone all the time.
And breastfeeding other people. Fair enough. You're always on your phone. In fact, we couldn't even start this show because you wouldn't get off your phone.
Well,
so are you not addicted to your phone?
That's exactly my point. Regardless of young women and body image, or my 5-year-old and his addiction to games, it's that doggone phone and tablet. And you started this by asking me about young women and body image, and is it damaging? It's damaging. I don't know what the studies are. I don't know what the percentages are. Outside of influencers who create positive vibes and positive business, everything else is addictive and can hurt social skills, intelligence. I mean, I went down at least 10 scores because I'm always looking down on my phone and not interacting with people.
Since the beginning of this show, it's 15. But I think about, so an example would be when you said influencers. I had somebody say to me, my former boss said, oh, you're like an influencer now because of all the shows and like we do promos of these shows and we just have fun with it. And all. I said, that's not what I'm doing at all. We're just doing this to get people to watch this show or listen to this show. I don't really want to be known that way, but Dan Blitzerian, do you know who he is?
No.
So this guy said he won $50 million in one poker game, and he lived this life with models. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank actually went to his $32 million house or whatever that he said he paid in cash. All this lifestyle, he's promoting products, weed-based products, Ignite, I think is what it's called, all these other things. He was paying models to be in there. He was renting the house through the company, renting his cars, his boats. He gave this impression that he had this $1 billion lifestyle, and it turns out all of it's fake. All social media the original intent for it was, I think, harmless, except for the fact that you're gathering data on people that they like to eat, because you have to put in your zip code, your age, when you were born, where you were born, all this. Now you're being fed ads. So to me, what I don't like, and I'm in advertising, I hate the fact that they've gathered all this data about human beings that willingly gave it because anything that's free is not good for you. Keep in mind, anything that they give you that's free has repercussions. 81 million votes. So amp that up too. So what I'm saying is the intent was something to connect people. Great concept. When you use it to market to people or to track people, that's where it got dangerous. We're talking about the wrong issue here is because now everyone's hooked and can't get off of it. Why does the iPhone, every single app, recommend an app here, put it on there. It's constantly tracking you. You're constantly feeding it information and you're not even thinking about it. You're like a zombie. You're just popping information. You're populating it because I think we've turned this into, we don't connect on it. Like you don't call me all the time. You'll send me a text message and that's just as good. Actually, it's better than when you call, but we don't communicate like that. If you want to have a conversation with me, your first thought's not to pick up the phone unless you're irate, right? You'll text me about something. Nate texts me about something. We don't call each other anymore. And that's part of the social networking has taken it out of, I don't really have to be involved with you to be involved with you. We have forgotten the human element of actually having any kind of manners. Like I don't go, hey, are you busy right now? I just blurt out whatever I want to say. I don't care if it's 4 a.m. You better answer me back. Right?
I'm a real estate agent, so I typically do.
But I'm saying
at
anybody.
all times of the day.
Take anybody. We don't consider anybody. What I find is that the generation underneath us, because
I am way younger than you.
Right. I'm 45 and you look 48. But you're like 30.
I do not.
Not today. Show them the hair flip thing. Show them, because that's what you were doing all morning long, and that was bothering the shit out of me. The younger generation are constantly on their phones, and they don't talk to each other. They literally will have group chats and all this other stuff. We've taken the interaction part, like you were talking about, the intelligence and skill is built on dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. We're wiping that out. Because it's as good as, oh, you see my Facebook posts all the time. My favorite is when somebody posts and then you try to call them and they don't pick up the phone. I'm like, I just saw you post something.
I just saw you on my page.
But now I can't even say it to you because it's like I'm stalking you. Right?
Well, yeah. And I mean, you are correct that it is so much easier to just hop on there and like and do all the comments and stuff. But I will tell you, Nathan, that is filming for us, for those of you that can't see Nathan, he's here. He texted me, 2 or 3 times, and what did I do?
Ignored him.
I picked up the phone and I called him. So I've really tried.
But let's take you out of the equation because, again, you're a different speed. Can we say that?
All I'm saying is I agree there is a problem, and the generation under us or me, yes, they don't pick up the phone and call. I've also sent out these things called letters. I purchased stamps and I addressed them and return address, and I put them in the mail.
I've never gotten one.
You are the only one.
Oh, that's
in our
hurtful.
group.
Thanks for coming here 3 times. I've invited you 3 times to do this.
I'll send you a thing and I'll get you a house with the candies in it, and
I'll take that.
Okay. But, and I have one in my car, but
melting.
I am very true fact. I have made my own conscious effort to try to limit my time, to pick up the phone more, to send out letters. And yes, it is part of my profession. I am in sales. So I am trying to nurture my clients and stay in touch with my clients and even past clients for future. So yes, I have more of a business investment in doing that, but I could also just, send them an Instagram post and say, hey, I posted this. I have a house if you have anybody looking. So I've made an effort to try and pick up the phone more, to get off social media. I did delete. I have Instagram and Facebook. I deleted Facebook, and I think I made it 24 hours, and I tried to do something. I think I tried to buy something. I was like, oh, I need Marketplace. I downloaded it again. So it's hard, but we can beat a dead horse all day. You said they were changing their name. Why?
To represent the new So let's transition. The whistleblower comes out. What they're trying to do. One, I think it's a rebrand concept to get people, because now Facebook is kind of tainted. Now you can rebrand this.
But it's only tainted. Who is it tainted for? The people that don't use it. The people that are on it don't even know what they're changing the name. I don't care. I still need Marketplace.
Because what they're saying is to everybody out there, if Facebook looks like it's harmful, I think the whistleblower was, as you said, a red herring. That literally, I put this canary down the coal mine. Look how bad this is. When I rebrand it, it's still all the same content. It's still going to work the same way. But a new name seems like we made drastic steps to change this. The other part of this that we're not talking about is the censorship that goes on in social media, right? So everything now we know things are censored. Remember, maybe it was 2019, early 2020, they said, we don't censor anything. All the content goes out there. There are things you can't find unless you specifically dig to find it. And those people are taking that information and scanning it. Like I just got I'm a 4-time person banned on Facebook. I know that they're censoring information. It wasn't something recent. It was something from March of last year.
But you tend to be very inappropriate.
In what sense? Give me 47 instances right now of where I've been inappropriate.
I can name 3 since we've been recording.
Anyway,
but I really don't think anybody is going to give 2 craps about it. I really don't. Nobody is going to care. The people that are using social media right now, they don't care about a red herring. They don't care about a Trojan horse. They don't care about what's her name? The girl, the red herring.
Ariana Grande?
No, the whistleblower.
Oh, nobody knows what that pig's name is.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm sorry. She has a huge head, though.
But what is she whistleblowing? The fact that it's damaging and they knew what they were doing was wrong, or they knew what they were doing is leaking secrets.
That it was harmful. Here's my problem with it. Whistleblowers that really are doing that are getting shot in hotel rooms. They're being jailed in Portugal. They're not testifying in front of Congress. Okay? So you're walking in there, and Facebook was part of helping win elections. They're not saying, oh, you're going to bring the hammer down on me. They're not, because Facebook is part of getting the information out about vaccines, getting the information out about masks and all that. They're not going to shut it down. What I'm saying is this woman walked in with an agenda, and then that happens, and a few weeks later, now we're going to rebrand it. I don't think there's
How did that work for Aunt Jemima's pancakes?
I don't know. Are you buying that? What is it called now?
Prime Millet Company or something. My mom told me the other day.
That. First of all, I bought the bottle because it looked like an Academy Award, and I would just sit there as I'm making my pancakes and say, look what I've done today. Thank you to everybody. If you change that bottle, I'm not going to buy it.
Kroger buttermilk pancake mix, hands down, all day.
So you're a brand snob.
No, I'm an anti-brand snob.
Because you just said Kroger. See, this is all marketing. You just said Kroger. Why couldn't you just say, go down there, grab a blue box of pancakes?
Because it's the Kroger brand.
Because marketing influences all your decisions.
I am a marketing junkie. If you put I don't have any examples. Oh, pumpkin spice. I don't even like pumpkin spice. Chai latte all day. I don't need a pumpkin spice latte. We talked about this on the last episode.
Yeah, we tried to cut all of that out.
Listen, if you give me an end cap at a grocery store that is beautifully decorated with pumpkin marshmallows, pumpkin granola, pumpkin flavored nuts, pumpkin flavored oatmeal, I will buy it all. I am a sucker for marketing. And
I will knock down those end caps on little kids that are walking by.
Please do, because it's not good for my weight.
Well, you know why they're on the end caps? This is the other part.
For suckers in marketing like me.
Why are there magazines and candy and all that at the register? While you're waiting, it's another way to get you to do an impulse thing.
Yeah, and I am impulsive, and I buy all the things.
But that's how Facebook and social media works also.
Yes, I say it's bad. It's bad.
Okay, but you're still no matter what, you're still being influenced to buy things, to do, to vote a certain way, that kind of thing. You could get rid of Facebook and TikTok and everything else tomorrow. There's still going to be another platform. There are more social media apps than we're even discussing.
When I was in junior high, the big thing was instant messenger. And you just said, there's always going to be something. And I was addicted to instant messenger. I mean, my parents, I remember it was like 3:00 in the morning and I'm instant messaging my little high school boyfriends and
boyfriends.
Yeah.
No wonder you found the Lord.
What?
Nothing.
Jesus. That's why I needed Jesus.
You're on Instant Messenger
See,
cover.
It's a big full circle.
Yeah,
It's a
covered
big
in
full
glitter.
circle. It was. I was cheerleader. I was the warrior princess. I was the school mascot.
Did you say you were the warrior? Were you Xena, the warrior princess? Did you say
No,
that?
I was the warrior princess.
What does that mean?
It was the school mascot. It was legit. It was voted on. I felt like a princess. I was the princess.
What?
I'm gonna send a picture. Can we send a picture? We'll put a picture up.
Oh my God, please send that to me.
I'm
I want
like
to know what disabled high school you went to that voted you like a unicorn.
Oh no, it was not disabled. It was so cool. We had a silo in the front of our school.
Why are we still doing this?
I don't know, but social media is bad was the point.
Okay. I just want to show you who I am. Who am I right now? I'm Mark Zuckerberg at Harvard. This is who I am. I'm supporting Facebook because I need it for this show. But that's going to be, thank you for coming in and whatever you just did for the last half hour. We've run out of time, thankfully. But I want to thank you. You're one of my favorite guests we've had in today.
Thanks.
That's going to be it for Broad Street Radio. We'll see you next week.
The Kendra Carter Show. The Kendra Carter Show signing off.